What is wisdom to a generation is common sense to another. You probably have heard that statement before. Let me say this again. What is wisdom to a generation is sometimes even foolishness to another. Let's take the case study of the wise men in the Bible who came to herald the birth of Jesus Christ. For a long period of time, we used to call them three wise men because of their gifts. And for a generation, that was what it was, because they taught us that. But as time went, we realized that we didn't even know if they were three or four, but because the Bible mentioned that they gave three gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Hence, a generation saw them as three, and they drew them in books as three men. But we grew to realize that it was not so. So it became common sense in our generation. But now we are even seeing that what was even termed wisdom is contestable, because how would you claim to be wise if you do not even know that you were not to tell Herod, a king, that another king was born? Now you know that that is not wisdom, that is foolishness. There are places that you ought to be quiet. There are times where you ought to keep certain things as secret. Jesus would have no need to run. Those children that were killed at age 2 downwards would have been alive to even see Jesus, to grow in that generation with him, if only those men kept their mouth shut. So you see, wisdom is in levels. It depends on the level that you are. Those that documented that saw them as wise, hence they wrote it as wisdom. To that generation, it was wisdom, but to another, it's outright foolishness. God bless you.